Brian Fritz here at the grand opening of the new WWE Performance Center here at WWE, Executive Vice President Triple H. First of all, congratulations. I know this was a vision of yours a long time ago. What's your thoughts about the way that it turned out?
I'm thrilled. It's everything I envisioned and more, and you know, to me, the excitement of this is not just it coming to, you know, and being live and here, and it is really, for me, the completion of what the WWE deserves. This is what the WWE is. This is what our developmental should be. This is what our performance center should be. This is what we are. We are stadiums and pay-per-view and global and larger than life. Nothing else like this performance center exists on the planet, and this is what the WWE should have.
What would this experience have been like for you when you were coming into the business to have something like this at your disposal?
I can't even, it's hard for me to even imagine, you know. It was kind of in my visions of designing it and my crazy thoughts of where it would end up. I kind of thought, what would I want? You know what I mean? If I could create the ultimate, what would I want to have? If I was that kid with a dream and an opportunity, what would that be, and what would I need? If I was a talent today, what would I need? What would I need to have to be successful, not only in the ring, but outside of the ring? And we try to put all that in a building, you know, and hopefully we've succeeded.
Especially with a business like this, there is something to the aspect of having that world experience, but what's it been like to kind of be able to encapsulate everything and utilize technology and the resources that you have and do it in a different manner when it comes to training the stars of the future?
Well, I mean, that's the benefit. I mean, like I said a little bit ago, you know, you walk in this video room, the touch of a button on an iPad screen, you can work on your characters and your promos at any time you want. That was a mirror for us. You know, it was looking into a mirror and yelling at yourself and talking to yourself and cutting promos into yourself. That's how you learn to do it, right? Technology allows that to happen. Technology allows it not only to happen here, but anything that's done in here to be seen immediately by the executives at the company. You know, I mean, the immediate feedback of anything we want to do or see or show them or tell them or teach them or get them to do, it's immediate. And with technology the way it is today, I mean, God, that is such a tool for us.
What's this transition been like from you, from going from a every day, every week, a performer to now being an executive?
Yeah, it's funny. I thought somehow I avoided having a job for 40 years, and then
you got a title now.
Yeah, then somehow I ended up with a job and an office and going to work every day, 9 to 5. When I say 9 to 5, it's 24/7. Trust me, we're never out of there before 9 o'clock at night, and you start first thing in the morning. I'm busier now than I've ever been in my life. I have more things cooking now than I have been at any point in time in my life, and but it's a great feeling. You know, I like being busy, and I like making that transition, and it's exciting in a different way. You know, there is no rush like getting in front of 80,000 people at WrestleMania or going out on Monday Night Raw and being live in front of the WWE Universe, but I don't know. There's also something very special about, you know, seeing a guy now that we brought into the system. Now we'll be able to put him here, see him get better, see him succeed, see him get his dream and go to, you know, Raw, and then see him maybe go to WrestleMania and watching that dream take place. You know, I've already seen it in guys like The Shield and a few guys just since I've been, you know, taking over this and watching them grow and develop, and then, you know, watching them at WrestleMania when they walk out in that stadium in the afternoon for the first time and go like, you know, it's man, it's a really cool feeling, and you know, at the end of the day, the future, Steph and I are going to try to take this company further than it's ever been before, this is, without all this, we don't have anything to base it out of. This is the foundation of all of it. So now that this is set, it allows us to go in so many different places, and this is just the start, you know.
What kind of imprint? I mean, we see what different things that you're doing with things like this. Developmental has been a big thing for you, but how much of an imprint are you having these days when it comes to the creative product, what we see on television every week?
Well, listen, you know, I work hand in hand with Vince and with the creative team on a fairly regular basis, but at the end of the day, Vince is the final filter. So, you know, the creative direction of the company, and he's the general. He points, we charge, and that's a creative direction. You know, I think there are more of us that have an ear, and Vince has always been open to suggestion. And it's not, you know, a lot of people think it's a one-man show when we say he's the final filter. He is. He listens. He might have a thinking of a way he wants to go, and you can convince him differently, and he'll go that way. And then, you know what I mean? He's just looking for what's best for the WWE universe. Sometimes it succeeds, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always with their best interest in mind. And you know, is there an impact there? Sure. You know, we work together every single day. You know, he impacts me, I impact him. But and same with Steph. You know, but he's still he ain't giving it up yet. Trust me. He's he will be in that chair until he kicks. You know.
Last couple of things. While you're not retired, you're obviously not in the ring as much. For some people, that transition of getting out of the ring and having more of a normal life or a different job can be difficult. Has it been difficult for you, or has the transition been pretty seamless?
Well, I mean, you know, it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to go from, you know, when I first stopped being on the road full time every day, it was hard to be home every day. Even though as much as you enjoy being home, you start to go stir crazy. For 20 years, I traveled every day. You know what I mean? And it's been a big transition for me, but I really love what I'm doing. I really love the opportunity to transition into this and help create the future, but also the occasional opportunity when Vince wants me to step either in the ring or back on the shows. And even though it is incredibly difficult to do both, the hardest things I've ever done is do, you know, while we were prepping all this and doing all this and this project and doing all these things and everything else we have going on, trying to get ready for 3 months to go to WrestleMania is you know, is a daunting task. When you're doing it every day, it's one thing physically. When you're not doing it every day and you got to go in there and have that one-off match, you got to train like it's a prize fight. And if you don't, you're doomed. You know what I mean? So it's been that part of it is a rough journey. It's you know, as much as I'm thrilled with it in some aspects when I get the opportunity to compete, there's some aspects when I'd like you to do this, and I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. I don't have time to do that right now. You know what I mean?
But ideally, how often would you like to do it? Would it be like just WrestleMania every year, or maybe 2 or 3 times? Are there something big?
You know, here and there. When you know, and when it's right, I don't ever want to do it when it's not right for what the storyline or for business is. And you know, that's not my determination. That's Vince's. He likes to call me in case of emergency, break glass, and throw me back in my gear and get back in the ring. So, you know, I'm here to do what is best for the company and what's best for the WWE universe and for fans. And not for individual fans, for the overall fan base. You know, you're never going to make everybody happy. So, but that's what we're here for. I mean, in essence, I mean, reality is we do all this for them, because without the WWE universe, without our fan base, without our people, we're nothing.
Is it more difficult to give a big media presentation as a vice president of WWE, or cut a promo on Raw?
You know, it's so funny. I've done that on Raw and SmackDown and Mania so long. It's like I can, you know, when I'm there now, is like Raw starts and I'm like, oh, geez, I got something in Seg 3. I better think about what I'm going to say or look at it. I haven't even thought about it. You know, just second nature. This is when when you're speaking to people that are judging you in a different way and hearing what you say in a different way, and you have to say the same thing, the right thing in the right way, and it's a different environment, and it's a lot more pressure, really, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it's communicating, right? I mean, it's just know your audience and communicate to them.
Thanks again for the time, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.